Welcome everyone to episode 135 of EDH Commander Challenge. I'm your host, BT. And it's now time for part 4 of our EDHCC Quarantine Wars. With last week's win, I'm up 2-1. Can I extend that to 3? Or will Emma tie things up? Without any further ado, let's go check out those opening hands. First, in this corner, with an opening hand of a Plains, Field of Ruin, Shield of Cauldra, Sword of Fire and Ice, Weathered Wayfarer, and Maria Shepherd, Nahiri the Lithomancer, and his mono-white general Sram, Senior Edificer. He is yours truly, the host, BT. Next, in this corner, with an opening hand of 2 islands, Nivenril's Disc, Ensnaring Bridge, 3 copies of Persistent Petitioners, and her Demir General, which in this case she decided to use the mono blue portion of it, Oona, Queen of the Fae. She is the Prodigy. This is Emma. Emma won the dice to start us off, so let's begin the card fight and the next stage of the Quarantine Wars. For our first turns, Emma plays an island, while I play a Plains and cast Weathered Wayfarer. Emma plays a basic and casts Persistent Petitioners and passes. For my turn, as Emma has more lands than me, I use my Wayfarer to add Windbrisk Heights from my deck to my hand, which I then play and hide away a card before passing. Emma plays a basic and casts her second Petitioners. She then uses the first one to make me mill a card from my deck before passing. For my turn, I once again use my Wayfarer to add Emeria the Skyroom from my deck to my hand, which I then play for the turn and pass, discarding down to 7 cards. For Emma's turn, she casts her third Petitioners. Then she uses one of them to mill a card from my deck again before passing. I play a Plains and first cast my general Sram, followed by Stoneforge Mystic. With his trigger, I add Umezawa's Jite from my deck to my hand before passing. Emma plays a basic, and yep, you guessed it, she casts her 4th Petitioners. She makes use of their second ability right away, tapping all 4 of them to mill 12 cards from my deck. Then she passes. For my turn, I play a basic and cast Banisher Priest, and I use it to exile one of her Petitioners. Next I cast my Jite, which triggers my Sram, letting me draw a card before I pass. For Emma's turn, she casts and replaces her 4th Petitioners, and once again taps all 4 to mill another 12 cards from my deck to the graveyard before passing. I play a Field of Ruin, and then equip my Jite to Sram. Then I use my Mystic's ability to put my Sword of Fire and Ice into play, which I then also equip to Sram. I move into combat and attack Emma with Sram for 4 damage. My Jite gains 2 counters, and my sword deals Emma 2 damage while I draw a card before passing. Emma starts her turn by casting Hedron Archive. Then she taps her 4 creatures again to mill yet another 12 cards from my deck to the graveyard, and passes the turn. I play a basic and move straight into combat, attacking Emma with all of my creatures except for the Wayfarer. This deals Emma a total of 7 damage. My Jite gains 2 more counters, and I use my sword to deal 2 more damage to Emma and draw a card. As 3 creatures have attacked this turn, I cast a card underneath my Windbrisk Kites, which turns out to be Vanishing Light. I use it to exile a Petitioners. Next, to save what's left of my deck, I remove 3 counters from my Jite to give a Petitioner -3/-3, destroying it in the process. And finally, I cast Nahiri the Lithomancer and use its -2 effect to place my Batterskull from my graveyard into play, complete with Germ Token, and pass the turn. Emma, with a big smile on her face, states that she was waiting for this moment, and starts her turn off by casting River's Rebuke. This returns all my non-land permanents back to my hand. You know, now I kind of understand why people somewhat dislike cards like that, or Cyclonic Rift. I respond by removing the counter from my Jite, however, to at least gain 2 life. Also, as both my Banisher Priest and Banishing Light have left play, the 2 imprisoned Petitioners are freed Princess Toadstool style and return to play. Emma wastes no time tapping all 4 of her creatures to mill yet another 12 cards from my deck to the graveyard, and what does my deck look depleted as you can see. Then she passes. Knowing that I may not have enough time to rebuild my field before my deck is completely gone, I go with a bizarre plan B. It starts with casting Emeria Shepherd, and then playing a Plains, which triggers its effect to return a non-land card from my graveyard into play. My choice? Of all things, Felidar Sovereign, which makes Emma's eyes go wide with shock. Then I pass reluctantly, discard down to 7 cards, which sadly includes my commander. Emma plays Inventor's Fair and casts both Ensnaring Bridge and Nivenrul's Disc, which, by the way, if it didn't come into play tapped right now, I'd be crying like a small child. Next, Emma taps her 4 creatures one final time to mill another 12 cards from my deck. Then sadly, as she states she would need either one more turn to use the disc to destroy my field, or to be able to use her Inventor's Fair to search out a Vidalcan Shackles to steal my Sovereign, Emma surrenders the game, knowing that my Sovereign's effect will win me the game in my next turn. I wonder if Emma would accept making me lobster, seeing as how it's on special this week at the grocery store. Emma is proof that lower budget decks with the right strategy can contend quite well with highly expensive decks. I mean, outside of Ensnaring Bridge, all the cards that she played are mostly around $1 or less, including River's Rebuke, which is essentially a Cyclonic Rift on a single person. And late game, if that card is played on you, it can easily cause you to be taken to Slam Town. I, on the other hand, have to hand it to both my Emeria Shepherd and Felidar Sovereign. It allowed me to take advantage of the few weaknesses of Emma's strategy. As she was playing a mill deck, she wouldn't be attacking me very much. And by most of my deck being tossed into the graveyard, Emma accidentally made it possible for my plan B to succeed. But again, if she had any way of untapping her disc, it would have been my end of days. Agree with our picks? Let us know in the comments down below. Also, if you enjoy our content, consider becoming a patron. We give you access to some sweet bonuses while helping out the channel at the same time. Thank you for always supporting us on our road to 2,000 family members. And in these hard, trying, and painful times, please remember to support one another and love each other. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed this week's episode. If you're a fan of EDH gameplay and you like whether it be 1v1 or multiplayer and you want to be part of the ever-growing Commander Challenge family, just make sure you smash the subscribe button and notification bell down below. We do weekly videos. Don't forget as well to like, comment, share our videos, but most importantly, enjoy them. On behalf of all of our members here, I'm your host, BT. Feel free to check out all of the videos in the channel, join our game. It's now your turn. Cheers!